Yo, yo. What's going on, guys? Welcome to a replay analysis in the new season. So I'm going to be trying out a new style here. Very raw, uncut, unedited. Video might be a little longer, but I don't think you guys will mind it too much. I am much busier nowadays than I used to be, and I don't have a lot of time to be spending editing videos like I used to. I used to actually, if you didn't know, for a couple of months, I was actually working with an editor who was editing my videos for me. But right now, I also don't really have the money to be paying for that anymore. Very busy, on the grind right now, in YouTube and in my new career. So yeah, from now on, you're going to be seeing a lot of uncut, raw videos, and I've been thinking about doing that with like playing sessions as well. Like hop on the game, hit record, take you through my free play until I go into a game, play a couple games, and make that a video, while also doing the replay analysis and the occasional like tips and tricks videos and things like that you guys know me for. But I want to be able to produce content still without having to spend 4 hours on just editing, because finding 4 hours of free time nowadays for me really only comes on the weekends. I really have lately only been playing Rocket League every weekend. The weekends are the only time where I have time, and I still have things to do on the weekend. I work every Saturday. Anyways, not ranting. This is a replay analysis. Now that that's all out of the way, replay analysis for a Diamond 3 Division 2 player. If you're interested in getting yourself a replay analysis, you guys know the drill by now. Check the description down below. Got all the details you need on how to get yourself a replay analysis. All right, let's hop into it. Playing some 2v2. Diamond 3 Division 2. Good soft touch to yourself. So let's really analyze this. So what I'm going to say here is I love that you're taking a soft controlled touch, trying to make a controlled play. The one thing I would say that you could do even better here is you are in control of this play here. Quinta knows that you beat him to this ball, right? He knows that you're beating him. Thus, he has to wait for whatever you are going to do. You are in control of this play. And because this ball is actually bouncing and rolling away from him, in order to optimally create space, find space, and create even more space, what I would love to see you do is actually come up to this ball like you're going to hit it, but you're not going to hit it. This is something, once you hit like Champ 3 or GC1, GC2, you see this play a lot. People will be coming in this exact position, and instead of hitting the ball, since the ball is moving in this direction, what they do is they actually turn with the ball. Kind of a hard color to see. They turn with the ball, and they end up catching the ball in this direction and bring the play this way, right? So you're faking that you're gonna touch the ball, that you're gonna hit it, and Quinta has to wait for your touch because you're beating him to this ball. So you dictate this play. Don't hit the ball, turn around, carry its momentum away from Quinta, right? You're bringing it this way. You're creating even more space, and you're gonna have a free possession, free dribble play going the other way. But you're only Diamond 3 Division 2, and you're making a controlled touch here, which I already love to see. Okay, not again, but next, rotate out after you make a play. After you've gone and your play is over, fundamentally, generally, meaning 90+% of the time, you should then just rotate out. Make your play, make one play, and then rotate out. Instead, what you did here was you made your play. You made your play, and then instead of rotating out, you go for the ball again right here. But your teammate is waiting for you to rotate out so that he can take his turn on the ball. What you should have done instead here was realize, oh, okay, I fumbled the ball, I let the guy come and challenge, it's okay. Now, instead of turning and going for this ball, your teammate is already behind you, ready to go for the next ball, so just continue driving in this direction. Continue going this way. Rotate behind him, right? If he's coming this way to challenge, you should be rotating in a circular motion behind him to follow him up after his play on the ball. And you're just constantly taking turns that way. That's what rotation is. In 2v2, it's super simple because there's only 2 players. In 3v3, it gets a little bit more complex, but it's fundamentally the same thing. See, he sort of just did the same exact thing to you, and it's causing a bunch of you're both crowding this corner because neither of you are really rotating out, letting the other person go, and you're kind of on top of each other this entire play. Okay, so not bad. Here you should be reading that this play is going to go to the right here. As soon as you see this, right, he's coming up in this direction, the ball's moving in this direction. If he hits this ball, it's going off in this direction. Can't draw 3-dimensionally, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's going to go in this direction. So I would prefer to see you recognizing that early and positioning yourself something like this. So as soon as he makes that touch, you're already ready for it. And if you had been taking this angle, changing your positioning based on what hit he's about to make, I actually think you could have a good shooting opportunity on this ball when he ends up making his less than ideal touch. Let's continue to look. And if you think about, like, as soon as you see that he's going to be making a touch that has to go back towards where you are now based on where he'd be coming from, right? If he's making a touch on this ball, it's gotta go in your direction or slightly to your right. So that's what you should start to position for. Now, he can miss, which maybe you want to be there for, or he can fake knowing that you're gonna maybe position for his touch, but more than likely he's gonna be hitting it off to the right. So start preemptively positioning that way, and boom, when that touch comes through, you would be sitting looking at the ball at this angle rather than the angle you're at now, and you have a free shot on net. A shot towards, possibly because of the rank, anywhere in the net would probably be a goal, but especially in this area, I don't think this guy's saving anything in that area. So missed opportunity there just by not recognizing the angle your opponent is coming at the ball, and that gives you the knowledge to know where the ball is going to go, and you have to preemptively put yourself in position to receive that touch. Oh my god, that was a goal though. Love it, love it. So that's the problem with not cheating, right? It's okay to not cheat in 2v2. In 3v3, you always need to send one of your 2 back players to cheat. But in 2v2, it's okay not to cheat, but I would really prefer to see you, when you grab this corner boost, this is sort of the trade-off, right? It's a trade-off. It's a give and take. If you go for this corner boost, everyone's first instinct is to turn up field this direction, because if the 50-50 comes out in this way, that's going to give you the best chance to be there first, right? And that's what everybody wants. But then you have situations like this where the ball just stays in the middle and they get a free shot on your net, and more often than not, it's actually just a goal. I think he could have shot that ball better to where that would have just been unsavable by you in your position. So if you're not, I mean, it's a give and take. It really is, because I will usually tell people if they go to the corner boost, they should turn towards their net first, because then you can save a ball like that. You still manage to get there, but if he put a better shot on net, it's usually just unsavable, and it's just a free goal because they had somebody cheat up and you didn't. However, if you grab the boost and turn towards your net, you can save those balls, but you're trading off the ability usually to get to the ball first if it shoots out towards midfield. So it's a trade-off for sure. However, there's also times where you go to this boost, turn this way, and then can still make it back to the ball in time. So personally, I would prefer to see you grab the boost and turn towards your net first, so that you're able to save something like this in the future. Yikes. I'm pointing out a lot. When I start pointing out a lot, I get nervous that you're not going to retain the information, or that it's going to seem like too much and be overwhelming. So I have to watch this video back a couple times, take notes, and work on a couple things at a time. So obviously your teammate shouldn't even touch this ball, first of all. Whether he hits this or he doesn't, like, it's gonna end up in relatively the same position. He's just making it more complicated on you. You have to wait to see what he's gonna do. So he shouldn't even be touching that ball. But then here, this touch is just bad. I mean, it's just bad. Preferably, you want to let this come down and take possession of it. Because a hard touch, you didn't get a hard touch, right? You're going for a hard touch. You're going for just as hard of a touch as you can get, which is a bad touch, because Quinta's rotating all the way back. As soon as you make that hard touch, he's going to have a free ball. You're passing him the ball downfield. And then nearby, you do have a player. You can hear him off towards your right, but you're in the corner, right? And he's off to the right in this area. There's no angle for him to score this. So you don't need to worry about like taking time on this. You can let it come down to the ground and take possession of it, because even if he challenges, he's not scoring because he can't score from that angle. And if he does go to maybe have the slightest chance, like when the ball is all the way down here, if he has the slightest chance of possibly hitting that angle, the ball's so close to the ground by then, and because the ball's moving in this direction, your camera view is sort of shifting more in this direction to where you can see him. At the last second, if he were to take this like 1% angle shot that he could possibly score, you would have the time and the ability to block it. The only time that this possibly becomes scoreable and dangerous is when you also have the ability to block it by literally just getting goal side of the ball and maybe tapping the jump button. So really good opportunity here to wait for the ball to come down and try to take possession, because you're in the corner, he can't shoot, so there's no harm in trying to take control. All right. Like I said, I feel bad when I'm pointing out so many different things, but I do want to help as many people as possible. Here, what we should realize is the way that pads are set up, right? It's the same on every map. The pad location is the same on every map. These back pads leading to this corner boost are all in a row. They're all in a line. So you turning off your ball cam as you went to go grab this back corner boost sort of made you awkward in the play because you had to take your eye off of what was going on, which affects sort of your spatial awareness and affects your judgment of where you should be positioned. You're losing information about what's going on right now. So just realize, okay, I'm gonna drive up, grab this pad, and then just point my car to the corner boost. I don't need to turn off my ball cam here. I just collect this pad and then continue to drive in this direction, and I'm gonna land on the corner boost. You don't even have to flip, really. And just continue driving in that direction and you will grab the corner boost. And you wouldn't have had to turn off your ball cam, become awkward, lose a bunch of information. Just a tip. That's what we're here for, right? It's tips. Yikes! Failed a couple wave dashes there. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Definitely got to be hitting those. That was the right play to make, honestly. Just have to execute on that touch. Okay, little lazy half flip there. Check out my how to half flip like a pro tutorial. It's a bit smoother and faster of a half flip. So shameless plug to myself. Check out how to half flip. Search YouTube, search how to half flip cracked Zach. I think we might even be on the front page if you just search how to half flip in Rocket League. Watch my tutorial. Better version of the half flip. Okay, so I like the awkward. Let's analyze this. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad, actually. It was more so on your teammate for being so close to the play and then not helping you, even though he's right there. I kind of spaced out while I was talking. I kind of do that. If I'm talking, it's also hard for me to sort of pay attention to what's going on. Okay, I like the boost steal. That was a good play. I like that. Should have stole that mid boost as well, because then you kind of nullified the point of stealing the corner boost, because now you're just giving him that one. Watch for the demo here. Yeah, you almost got wrecked. So anytime you've got somebody behind you, like Quinta here, you gotta expect him to be going for the demo on you on his way back. So here, you're last man. And if you get demoed, this is just gonna be a free goal. So you need to be hyper aware of the fact that he's gonna try to demo you right now. And if that happens, you're scored on. So you need to not be such a sitting duck here. You're playing this situation out very slow. You should probably be turning out this way to create as much space to where like it's hard for him to read where you're gonna be and demo you. So something to think about there. Anytime somebody's rotating back from behind you, you gotta expect that they're gonna try to demo you. But yeah, for Diamond 3, you're playing very well. Like, I love the patience that I'm seeing, and it's not just a chaotic hold boost and accelerate the entire game sort of play style. You're playing very sort of controlled, slower paced, which is better at these lower ranks. It's better at even higher ranks. A lot of times at higher ranks you kind of have to switch it up a little bit more, but at these low ranks I think it's definitely better to play a bit more controlled, like you are, more patient. That's sick. That was sick. Wow. 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 So I'm thinking here that I definitely want you to take some time on this ball. You probably could have just caught this on the original bounce. Maybe not. An aerial play at a higher rank, this would be a great setup to go for an aerial play at your rank. I definitely don't want to see you go for an aerial play here. So when I saw you aerial up for this, I was like, oh, bad play. Like, you don't have the mechanics to be like starting this into an air dribble flip reset sort of play. But then you came out with this touch. Wow. That's a high level touch right there. That's an extraordinary touch to keep it close to yourself while also sort of shifting your momentum downwards at the same time. That's a pro move right there. That was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. Good job. Ooh. A little better contact on that ball would have been great. Right? Either put on a shot here or get it to the backboard. You tried. Ah. Sort of flipped the wrong way, I think. So I don't know what exactly was going through your head here. You've either got to be worried about the pass or the shot, right? You can't. You got to be worried about the pass or the shot. I honestly would have played this slower. Like here, this is a situation where I would have just waited on the goal line, honestly. Wait on the goal line here. If he passes, you should have enough space to where you can save the ball. If he shoots, obviously you can save the ball if Quinta shoots this from his position. Now, if he tries to make a slow and controlled play, it gets a little harder to defend this, and ton of lingo can come and try to demo you. Hopefully your teammate's back by then. But diving into a play here where he has either a pass out to the side or a shot himself, like you can't split yourself off in two different directions. But trying to challenge a play where the play can go in either direction is probably a bad idea. So yeah, I would have chosen, okay, I would see this and be like, okay, I can't go challenge him, because if I challenge him, he's got to pass and I'm beat. But if I try to block the pass, then he just takes it himself. So you really have no better chance than to just wait on the goal line, avoid the demo if it comes, try to. And sometimes you just, you do all you can, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you actually almost had this challenge if you would have just flipped the right way. If we would have stayed on the left side, you see, if you would have stayed on the left side and flipped to the right, you would have either hit the ball or potentially blocked the pass. So it's actually a decent attempt at challenging. Just sort of got in your head last second. Stay on the left and flip to the right there, and you would have covered both the shot and the pass potentially. Not the best kickoff, but let's see. I need to make a kickoff tutorial. Yeah. I don't think that's it. Let me see that one more time. It definitely not a half flip, or definitely not a speed flip, and you landed way too close on that kickoff. I guess that's worth pointing out. Some people, this is something that, like, until you hear it, you don't really realize it, but landing this close to the ball on kickoff is bad, because every single time that they do their kickoff correctly, they're going to be forcing the ball over you, because you're so close that the ball is just going to ramp off of your car. You need to be landing a little further back. You flipped, I think, late on that, which is what caused you to land so close. Let's see it again. Yeah, so you flipped really late. For a speed flip kickoff, you should be flipping now. Like, as soon as your front of your car comes in contact with that boost pad, you should be flipping. Which will get you to about right in front of where you're at now, and then your second flip puts some elevation on you, and where you can hit the middle of the ball instead of the underside of the ball. Or, being only diamond 3, I think you should learn the speed flip. You should master that. But the other option is to pull it back, stop trying to do a speed flip, and just do a normal diagonal flip kickoff, because that slower normal diagonal flip without the flip cancel will also land you further back to where your second flip again will put you into the center of the ball instead of underneath the ball. Yeah, that's on you. I mean, I don't know what your teammate was doing, but it's a free clear. He just panicked. This, you should definitely just be go. Oh, you might think this is in and you're trying to block it. I see. I see. Yeah, that's not in. Just kind of didn't read the angle. Yikes. Okay. Complimenting you earlier for playing a bit slower and more controlled. We're starting to get a little hectic here. I know you're 2 goals down. You still got 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes. Plenty of time. Don't need to start being in desperation mode yet. So wait, how does your teammate end up at that position? Let me see this. Okay, so they must have stayed back on kickoff, or they cheated. Oh, they grabbed the back corner boost. Oh, okay. So this is kind of a coin toss on whose ball this is. I don't hate your teammate going for this, and I also wouldn't hate you going for this. But also you should realize that you don't need to go for this. You're diamond 3. Stay humble. At diamond 3, Quinta is not double tapping this. Okay? Diamond 3, Quinta is not double tapping this 90% of the time. So you can wait for this ball to hit the backboard and bounce, and then go from there instead of, I mean, it's fine to go for that ball in your position sometimes, but you know, it's good to know what I just told you, because maybe you see this again in a future scenario and you're like, oh, okay, I don't need to rush for this ball, so I'm not going to, and thus this double commit never happens in the first place. Yikes. So that's bad because you're, I mean, what are you attempting to go for here? What are you attempting? Just to dispossess him, but you're aerialing up with 12 boosts. You're wasting the little boost you have. And once you've jumped up to that height and expended the boost you have, now you're at 0. You have to wait for gravity to pull you back down to the ground, which is slow in Rocket League. And then you have to rotate back with 0 momentum, 0 boost, and it's going to take a while. So it just, not worth going for. Anytime you're going to be going for a aerial challenge that's going to leave you on 0 boost, usually not a good idea. You want to try to save some boost after an aerial challenge in order to recover quickly afterwards, because once you're high in the air, it's going to take longer to get back if you have no boost. Okay, it's not in. Good patience. Beautiful. Ooh, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like every time that you play the ball patiently, it's looking a lot better than when you're not. So keep that up. And for Diamond 3, like when you're making these slow, patient, controlled plays, you look really good. But every time that you start getting panicky and you speed up is when you start to show your diamond colors. But at this point, we're down 3 with a minute. This is when I would start cheating up. Try to get a free kickoff goal. You need to start, that's your best hope to try to catch up with a minute. Cheat up, hope for a neutral kickoff where they went for the corner boost and you didn't, and you can get a free goal. So I would definitely make that adjustment. If you're down 3 goals with only a minute left, start cheating up. Ooh. That's tough. Oh. Okay. At this point, I think we all know the game's over, right? Probably the last thing I'm going to point out. It's kind of just an experience thing. Don't feel too bad on yourself. Part of getting better is just playing the game more, exposing yourself to these situations more often, and you learn from them. What I saw when I saw this was, okay, there's no point in going up to the backboard because it's already too late. You haven't gone up to the backboard in time to actually reach this ball by the time it hits the backboard. So there's no point in wasting your time and positioning, trying to get there when you can't get there. So you should have just, after you didn't get to the backboard in time, you should have just positioned like this, where the ball is going to bounce out, so that you can receive that ball off the bounce. That's the best thing you can do then in that position after you've not made it to the backboard in time. What you did anyways was you were late, but you still went, and now you're not even in position for anything. See how you drive up on the backboard for no reason there? And now you can't get to this ball, even though if you hadn't driven on the backboard, you could have gotten to this ball. That's just an experience thing. That comes with playing more. Can he get a last second goal? Last one to score wins. Did your teammate leave? Oh, I think it's 1v2. Yeah, so that's it. Definitely a lot of stuff I pointed out. It's slow. The stuff I had to point out sort of slowed down towards the second half. I feel like most of the stuff I pointed out was in the first half of the game, but there was some stuff in the second half as well. So like I said, a lot of information. Watch it back again. Write down the stuff that I'm telling you so that after the video you can look back and remember, oh, I need to work on this. Oh, I need to work on this. And then you don't have to work on everything at once. That probably wouldn't work out well. Work on a couple of things at a time. And yeah, that's it. What season are we in Rocket League now? 15? I don't even know. If you made it to the end of the video though, that's crazy because the recording actually, oh my god, it's only 36 minutes. I thought this was going to be like an hour long by the time I was done. It's not bad. If you made it to the end, let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for more. Again, if you want to get your own analysis done, read the description down below. Hey man, you looked really good for Diamond 3, especially when you were taking your time and making slow controlled plays. Keep it up. Learn from this analysis. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.